BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
Russian forces are intensifying their efforts to capture the strategic city of Pokrovsk in eastern Ukraine, with intense street fighting erupting in the war-torn urban landscape. This significant military push coincides with Moscow's announcement of plans to explore the resumption of nuclear testing, a move that raises global concerns. Ukraine's general staff has refuted claims of its troops being encircled in Pokrovsk, stating that efforts are underway to bolster defensive positions and reinforce the flanks around the city and the nearby town of Mirnorod. Just a day prior, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky visited troops stationed approximately 12 miles north of Pokrovsk, commending their service and unwavering defense of the nation. Conflicting accounts regarding the fighting in and around Pokrovsk have been issued by both sides. However, Ukrainian military analysts have recently voiced grave concerns over a sharp deterioration of the situation, with battlefield intelligence indicating that Russian forces are mere kilometers away from completing an encirclement of remaining Ukrainian troops. Beyond the immediate front lines, Russian President Vladimir Putin has directed senior officials to prepare proposals for potential nuclear weapons testing. This directive appears to be a direct response to recent statements by former U.S. President Donald Trump indicating a potential resumption of such tests by the United States. Putin asserted that Russia has consistently adhered to the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty, but issued a stark warning that Moscow would reciprocate if the US or any other nuclear power were to conduct a test amidst deteriorating relations with Washington, largely attributed to Russia's ongoing war in Ukraine. Moscow has recently conducted tests of two nuclear-powered weapons, the Burevestnik missile, infamously dubbed a Flying Chernobyl, and the Poseidon nuclear-powered underwater torpedo drone. While both systems are capable of carrying nuclear warheads, these tests did not involve the detonation of actual nuclear bombs. A Russian nuclear test would signify a significant departure from a long-standing global moratorium on such activities. The United States last conducted a test in 1992, followed by China and France in 1996, and the Soviet Union in 1990. Post-Soviet Russia, having inherited the USSR's nuclear arsenal, has never conducted a nuclear test. Much of this heightened posturing appears to be driven by Russia's recent territorial gains in Ukraine. For over a year, Moscow has relentlessly pursued the capture of Pokrovsk, a pivotal frontline city and vital logistical hub considered the gateway to the larger Donetsk region. This protracted campaign has come at a significant cost in terms of Russian casualties. Prior to the conflict, Pokrovsk was home to approximately 50,000 residents and strategically situated along a crucial highway that connects a network of urban strongholds forming Ukraine's last major defensive line in the Donetsk Oblast. Its fall would represent a substantial strategic breakthrough for Moscow, bringing Russian forces considerably closer to their overarching objective of seizing the entire region. In recent weeks, Russian forces have markedly escalated their assaults. Initially employing small, dismounted assault groups, they have gradually amassed sufficient troop strength to launch a more comprehensive offensive, targeting the city. Deep State, a Ukrainian project that meticulously tracks frontline developments using verified open-source imagery, indicated on Tuesday that Russian forces had advanced further into Pokrovsk and its immediate surroundings, though significant portions of the area remained contested, depicted by shaded gray on battlefield maps. In an evening update, the project underscored the gravity of the situation, stating, "The situation remains critical." Artem Karyakin, a recognized soldier within the Ukrainian armed forces, posted on X that Russian troops were reportedly present in every district of the city. He added, "There is no good news from there. The situation remains tense. While Russian forces have not yet fully taken control of the city, fighting is ongoing." Over the preceding weekend, Ukraine deployed special forces to Pokrovsk in a bid to alter the battlefield momentum and preempt a potential encirclement. Ukraine's defense intelligence released footage showcasing the actions of the Timer Special Unit, depicting a helicopter landing under heavy fire, intense street combat, and drone strikes targeting Russian positions. Despite these determined efforts, The daring operation does not appear to have decisively shifted the situation in Ukraine's favor. Some Ukrainian and Western commentators have begun to question Kyiv's strategy of continuing to defend Pokrovsk, arguing that it places Ukrainian soldiers in grave peril within a battle that may already be lost. Emil Kastahelmi, an analyst with the Finland-based Blackbird Group, which monitors the conflict, wrote on X, "Ukraine may be repeating a costly mistake in Pokrovsk." He elaborated, "It's a recurring pattern, seen for example in Vuhledar and Kursk, a reluctance to conduct a controlled, militarily justified withdrawal from a threatened salient when the situation no longer favors the defender," referencing previous instances where Ukraine eventually withdrew after prolonged and costly standoffs. Ukrainska Pravda, Ukraine's premier independent news outlet, has previously published critiques of the country's military command regarding alleged errors made in Pokrovsk, and has reported that some brigades may have provided inaccurate frontline position data to their superiors. Even setting aside these concerns, the Ukrainian army faces an increasingly arduous struggle, depleted by the same persistent pressures that have historically necessitated tactical retreats. Acute shortages of manpower and the continuous onslaught of Russian drones disrupting vital supply lines. Moscow has also recently secured a new battlefield advantage with the deployment of jet-powered glide bombs, weapons capable of striking targets far beyond the front lines. This represents a significant upgrade to its offensive capabilities, placing an even greater strain on Ukraine's already overstretched air defense systems. Kyiv's strategic hopes now rest on preventing the eventual fall of Pokrovsk from serving as a springboard for a renewed Russian push toward Kramatorsk and Sloviansk, the two largest Ukrainian-held cities in the Donetsk region, which Russia has long aspired to capture. While Russian forces continue to advance, their progress remains measured and comes at a high price, raising persistent questions about their capacity for further sustained advances. Concurrently, Ukrainian forces are stretched thin across other sectors of the front. Russian troops have reportedly entered Kupiansk, a strategically important city in the northern Kharkiv region, which Moscow claims to have encircled. Ukraine has denied these claims, with President Zelensky stating earlier this week that Ukrainian units were actively working to neutralize an estimated 60 Russian soldiers reportedly within the city. This worsening situation in the east unfolds as diplomatic overtures between Russia and the United States concerning the war in Ukraine appear to have reached an impasse. Speaking last week following a meeting with Chinese President Xi Jinping in South Korea, former U.S. President Trump seemed to indicate a less interventionist approach, remarking, "Sometimes you have to let them fight." Last month, his administration implemented stringent sanctions against Russia's two largest oil producers, measures that seem to have impacted the country's energy revenues. However, concurrently, the current U.S. administration has continued to withhold longer-range weaponry, including Tomahawk missiles, from Ukraine.